we're going. Hey, Tubes. Jonathan was wrong here. Truth on a budget. I have dirt all over my face. Look at this. Actually, that's probably mulch. I didn't know it was that bad. Now I forgot what the heck I was going to talk about. Oh yeah. So what's with this? It's like a police state out there. Have you, like, I've noticed the SUV cops being all over the place. I was just driving through, like, literally nice towns like Cohasset, Scituate, blah 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 blah, South Shore, and cops all over the place. And I'm seeing those little speed boxes everywhere. It's creepy. It's like I don't know, like generally you do see more activity near the end of the month because it's a corporation run for money, so they need to make quota, so they need to hand out some tickets, which is great, right? Protect and serve. But yeah, it used to be just the captain or whatever had the SUV. Now I'm seeing them all over the place, and those black ones with the gray writing, which is crap. They shouldn't be sneaking around looking to bust people. They should be a police presence, and that just sucks. But anyway, I've just been seeing them all over the place, and it bums me out. I don't dislike cops per se, but a lot of time they're like bees. How you can be doing nothing at all, and a bee might sting you for no reason, like beknownst to you. So it like no one's comfortable with a bee, with a bee around. No one's comfortable with a bee buzzing around you, landing near you, checking you out. Same thing with a cop. Used to be, like not in my lifetime, that cops are supposed to make you feel safe and like, oh good, there's a cop. Now it's like, oh great, a cop. And that sucks. And it's not even that you're doing anything bad. It's just like all of us, you gotta watch your speed. You gotta, watch everything you're doing because they're just looking for a reason to pull you over. And it's a bummer. I've been pulled over for some of the dumbest stuff. Like driving in the passing lane at like 3 a.m, through Hull, where the roads are just ripped to shreds after the winter and the plows chew them up. So to save my shocks in my body, I'll take the passing lane, and it's 3 a.m, so there's no one around anyway. I got pulled over for that. I was literally like, why am I, like, usually I know, but I ask anyway. It's one of those things, hello officer, how are you? Can I ask why I was pulled over? This time I was like, hi, yeah, why was I pulled over? Like, I was literally baffled. He was like, you were traveling the passing lane. And I was like, it's gonna endanger someone at 3 a.m. when there's no one out. I was gonna go out to clean my car, and he's like, why are you going out to clean your car now? And I was like, because there's no one around. And he was like, oh really? It's like, yeah. Why would I want to drive through friggin' Weymouth and deal with 3A and everything else during the friggin' day when I could go when there's no one out, no one around, and I could just blast my music and smoke it, have a butt hanging out of my mouth and clean my car out and not bum anyone out. I'm having a hard time speaking right now. But anyway, yeah, seeing them everywhere. It's a bummer. And it's a bummer that it's a bummer. So that's a thing too. Gosh. I know, vain, primping, and preening Jonathan. I'm sorry, I look like crap. Got a little OCD the other night, and I got a little pluck happy on my chin, so I had to shave it off. So I got the muttons going, but I still need to clean up. So I don't think you can see that. It's not that I'm vain. I just don't want to look like crap. that's you know. I don't know. I don't want to misrepresentate myself. I know I completely butchered the pronunciation of that. Like I said, I'm having a really hard time speaking today. I didn't sleep well. I maybe got an hour of sleep. I'm not even sure if I got any sleep at all. It's one of those nights. I might have just laid down for an hour, I'm not even sure. Anyway, so yeah, what's up with that? You know, once again, no disrespect to police officers as individuals, but we all know that they're told what they're told to do and what the type of people that they look for nowadays. So there's that. Also, I was thinking, completely random, but just a dumb thought. What's with Roman numerals? I'm not saying like they're you know, I like what happened? I mean, like, you'd think with everything Rome did, they would create a less cumbersome number system. It doesn't make sense. Like, think of all the logistics they had to deal with. Now imagine being a bookkeeper having to work all those numbers in Roman numerals. That must have been like agony. I can't imagine like what kind of psychos would have to like do that. Imagine crunching those numbers. Are you kidding me? Think of like, you know, like the everything spent on the army, on, you know, feeding the Goths, like anything. What, you know, like think of all those numbers. So people had to sit there and for you know, as far as I know, crunch those numbers in one of the most cumbersome number systems ever. You know, I mean, it's one of those things that it's clear that some cultures are given more information than others. Because you look at the Phoenicians, and we basically use their alphabet, and they're way ahead of the curve. And for anyone who doesn't know who the Phoenicians were, think of you know, this is way later, but I can't think or talk today. I don't know what the deal is. Hannibal, and oh my gosh, I can't even think right now. The mortal enemy of Rome, the Punic Wars. I can think of the whatever you know, Latin Greek term for them. What? Oh gosh, I keep thinking Cappadocia. That's not them. I know that's not them. That's other people, but it does begin with a C. I'm getting way off base. But anyway, those were late Phoenicians, and, you know, people who sacrificed babies to you know, then in the hands of a blazing bull and all that garbage. Bad people. But anyway, yeah, they were way ahead of the curve. And then you know, look at, you know, stuff like Sanskrit and all the stuff that the Indians had, which were, you know, basically the Aryans, way ahead of the curve. Look at Sanskrit. Look, you know, go ahead and, you know, do yourself a favor, and it's beautiful. And think of what everyone else was like writing with, and think of what predated Sanskrit. You know, it doesn't add up. And also, if you read that stuff, which, you know, if you want to get into the occult, not get into it as in be a part of it, but, you know, research it. Like stuff like the Bhagavad Gita and the Indian Hindu texts are all the Gitas, all that stuff, and it can date. They trace the teachings all the way back to the demon that first taught it to the human. It's pretty intense. And there's all sorts of stuff about, like, you know, spaceships and space wars and, you know, different planets. It's, you know, there's words for a mechanical interplanetary travel. You know, I'll try to plant some hints, you think. But anyway, I'm getting way off topic. I started this video and like, hey, look at all these cops. But anyway, It seems odd to me that the Romans would use such a cumbersome. I mean, even the how they wrote their when they wrote stuff, it'd be all the consonants. Then down the bottom, it'd be all the all the vowels. I mean, like, what are they playing at? Is they trying to code it? Like, why would they write it like that? That's insane. Like, that's not even like, oh, you're just thinking of like, lesser. No, go look at other cultures that had existed predating them, and they had their stuff together better. It's bizarre to me that a lot of the I mean, like, I don't know if they're writing, if they had a different lettering system. Maybe they did in the late era. I don't know for sure. But it's just, when you look at Roman numerals, it's so cumbersome. Just a thought. It doesn't make sense. It's strange to me. Maybe it's BS. Maybe that's not like, we don't know. Like, we don't have access to the Library of Rome, and there's a lot of stuff was destroyed, or I mean, supposedly no one even knows how to like correctly pronounce Latin. Maybe the Romans didn't even speak Latin. We have no idea. We have no clue. We can't prove any of it. Any evidence we have is it's spoon-fed to us by them. So, and history is written by the winners. There's so much. So it sucks. It sucks when you study history and then you wake up and you realize everything you study is probably crap. I had to deal with that too, with all the physics and space stuff and all that crap I studied, and sooner or later started to not add up to me. And then I saw other avenues. But anyway, it sucks, when you spend so much time studying, information that ends up being not even real information. Luckily, I was always into stuff like mythology and religion and all that stuff. Scripture and different religious texts and occultism and mysticism, all that stuff is really the closest to real information we could possibly get, even though spirits are liars. So there's that. Spirits lie. Because they're demons, and what they do, they lie. They're liars. Look at any story where someone reached the other side. It's only a matter of time, no matter who that spirit is, that they become well spoken, and suddenly there's no death. So don't worry about it. Isn't that scary? That one of Satan's major messages is don't worry about it. That's scary. That's terrifying. One of Satan's major messages is don't worry about it. Is it just me, or is that not absolutely terrifying? Just wanted to make a point. Anyway, blah blah blah. Gosh, I honestly planned this to be a quick one. I wanted it to be a quick one. I need to take a shower so gosh darn bad. Back in the day when I was a goth punk in my early youth, I used to shave everything except this. I used to dye it. Sometimes when I put stuff in it, because my hair's curly, it'd just end up in one big baby curl. I had fun. I'm one of the few men who are, straight, and I'm not saying I'm not straight. I'm just saying the term, because gay isn't real. That knows how to properly dye hair. Just saying. Anyway, blah 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 blah. Love you guys so much. Real quick, what's with the sun being really hot and them purposefully trying to obscure it by with the chem veil? Is it the end times where it says that the sun will be made hotter? Because even with all that crap, in front of it. I blistered in the sun, and I shouldn't. Are they magnifying it, or are they trying to block? Because the sun is hot and it's cold outside. Anyway, run out of time. Love you guys so much. God bless all of you.